Hey guys, Melbourne Scrapper here. Where can you get scrap from? What are some ideas to get scrap from if you can't really pick it up off the side of the road because you live in a small town and there aren't that many garbage collections? Well, here, my number one thing to do is talk to friends who are in professions who might come across scrap. Of course, plumbers, electricians, they're not helping me. They usually do it themselves here in Australia, but maybe where you're from they don't. Here I've got a locksmith who comes and gives me a lot of his like dirty brass and old locks and handles and things like that. They're going to add up. That's lovely cast aluminium. And then I have a basically a mechanic mate, and he's given me some copper insulated wire and things like that. This I'll probably strip. And so look, I've got two mates who come through and give me some scrap. So that adds up, and that's great. So that's the number one idea. The other idea is, this is just food for thought. Okay, you could do cleanups. You could charge for the cleanups, and you get the scrap. And basically, the scrap is icing on the cake. I have a friend who has a cleanup business, has a couple of trucks on the road. He does all right, and you know, scrap is the icing on the cake for him, and he doesn't have to pay for throwing out. He actually gets paid to recycle it. So you could do small scale stuff, do garages, do gardens, do houses at the end of leases. You know, there'll be stacks of stuff that you can scrap. All right, and charge for it. Yeah, that means it's steel, eh? Good boy. Yeah. That's steel, isn't it? Yeah. See, I'm teaching my kids young to scrap. It's a good skill to have. You could talk to schools, because schools are always chucking out stuff. They've got, you know, computer upgrades. You could recycle them. All the desks, metal and stuff like that, chairs. So you can say, hey, you want to be green? Talk to me. Another idea is to plough the free section in classifieds. Of course, there's a lot of competition there, Gumtree and Craigslist, for instance. But maybe there's a different classifieds in your area. Check it out. Here's an idea that I had, and it's not really viable with low steel prices in Melbourne, Australia at the moment, but if you got good steel prices, maybe you could do it. You get a bulker bag. What a bulker bag is this massive kind of mesh plasticky bag. They use them at scrap yards. You can put like a ton in, and you could just basically talk to contractors and builders and say, hey, I'll charge, I don't know, $20, $30 per pickup or something, a fraction of the cost of what they would normally pay. And basically, you put all your recyclables only, that's only scrap metal recyclables, metal wire, etc., in this bag, and I'll pick it up. And that will just be a way of getting bags and bags of steel. But you've got to make sure it's viable. You've got to make sure it's a good price. I can't see it being viable if it's under 10 cents a pound, personally. But do your time and petrol costs equation. If you live in a town where there's only like 2 trash pickups a year, maybe you could offer a free trash pickup only if it's recyclable, like a TV or an appliance, or you could charge for that. That's kind of something that, what's his name? Jack the Scrapper does. So you can check out his videos. So he charges to remove a appliance, and then he also gets the scrap metal value. Definitely talk to businesses when they're upgrading equipment, computers, and just make sure you get a network of eyes and spotters who might see something that gets put in out and could be scrapped. So just tell your friends, mate. Tell your friends what you do. And just always play to your strengths, and that'll make sure you get the money. Here in Melbourne, there's scrappers out there. I've got competition, but something that people don't do is TVs. So what I do is I'm the TV guy. I scrap a TV, I bust it open in 2 minutes, and you know, get the $5, $6, maybe $10, whatever, you know, what is in there, $3 even, and strip the copper and just accumulate it. That's what I do, playing to my strengths. And look, I don't have the room and the space for steel, so that's what I have to do. Anyway, that's just some food for thought. Let me know if you have any other ideas, any other thoughts or comments or criticisms. Anyway, here's some scrap brass, dirty, and till next time, guys, give it a go.